Well, peace be with you, brothers and sisters of Lutheran Church of Hope, and welcome to this special edition of the E-Anchor. It's Pastor Scott coming to you from DIA, where I'm awaiting a flight out this evening to do some continuing ed. But if you're like me, you've heard of the horrible tragedy that's taken place east of San Antonio today at First Baptist Church in Sutherland, Texas, where a community was gathering for worship, and a gunman came in and killed 25 plus people for a community of faith that has just gathered for peaceful worship. Something that we take for granted so often, and something that makes each one of us question, how safe are we? Psalm 142 comes to my mind right now. I cry to the Lord with my voice. To the Lord I make loud supplication. I pour out my complaint before you and tell you all my trouble. When my spirit languishes within me, you know my path. In the way wherein I walk, they have hidden a trap for me. I look to my right hand and find no one who knows me. I have no place to flee to, and no one cares for the Lord. I cry out to you, O Lord. In you I take refuge. I encourage you to read Psalm 142 this evening and in the days ahead as we walk in these moments and days after this horrific shooting. Our prayers are with the people of First Baptist in Sutherland, Texas, as well as for those first responders, medical workers, and doctors who are working to save people, as well as the investigator. We also pray for the perpetrator's family at this point, who now has to deal with horrific events as well as a member of their family who created this horrific situation. I've talked with President Rusty Peterson, who will be meeting with the council tomorrow evening. They will review on a high level the continued safety security issues and measures that we take at Lutheran Church of Hope each and every week to create as safe environment as we possibly can. I've also talked with Marlis Duf, our Minister of Administration, who also will be reviewing those with our staff as we continue to create a safe environment where we can peacefully and safely gather for worship and hear God's words of grace amongst us. If you have conversation, questions, or thoughts, or just want to talk with Pastor Randy Papst is on call this week, you can contact him through the church office or at his email, prandy@lchope.org. Know that as I'm gone this week, I'll be praying with you and for you, as well as with the people of First Baptist in Sutherland, Texas, and all those who are working around this. Once again, we find ourselves in the midst of Texas, in the midst of Thornton, and the midst of New York and of Las Vegas, wandering in the dark paths. But our name is Hope. And as people of God, even in the midst of darkest times, we live as people of hope. We cry out to God, knowing that God is with us in our deepest, darkest moments. And we live as people of hope. So Lutheran Church of Hope, brothers and sisters, remain in that hope as we cry to God. Peace out and always be full of hope.